Hello. Gosh, we are live again on a Saturday, beautiful Saturday. It's sunny and freezing like the Northeast here in California. Very, very clear, not a cloud in the sky. In fact, maybe we should fly around here today because it's so clear and cold. We'll do a local flight. You can see the sun dappling from the windows there. I'm getting the beautiful warm glow of the Himalayan salt lamp. We're going to fly around. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Saturday? Hello, is that working? A little fizziness from the Diet Coke, which of course we pour into a glass, and we don't drink it out of the can. There's feline activity going on. I don't know where that happened. Today's stream is going to consist of me flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're going to have the Diet Coke. We're going to have the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. I don't want any argument. That is a beautiful Bluetooth controller. We're going to drink the Diet Coke. What does he want? Look at that. He's using his little, he's going, I think he wants to go outside. You know, you would think that if he's like in an aggressive mood at a doorway, let's, you know, and if he wants to go out, that's a plus for everyone involved. He really doesn't like going out very much. Give me a second. Well, that's I know. Gia, might be fun. Well, that's I know. He does not want to go outside. He just wanted to bat at the door. He liked to bat at that thing. He just wanted to. He did not want to go outside. As soon as I opened the door, he's like, "Get the hell away from me!" And I knew that he was going to do that. But he's, you know, he just likes to do stuff. He likes to get attention. He's bored. I think he's terminally bored, if you know what I mean. He's not a young cat. Let's see. All right, the second half of the story, we're going to take we'll do this for about an hour or less, probably 55.5 minutes, roughly, maybe an hour. And we're going to take a short break. I will run my mid-roll. When I come back, we're going to have a little guitar tech session. It's going to be really interesting. If you're interested in the technology, history, and maintenance, Zen and the art of guitar maintenance, as I like to call it, this particular, it's not a vintage guitar, but it is a vintage design, the Fender Telecaster. It says Fender Telecaster right there. It's an actual Fender Telecaster. It's not a fake Telecaster. Although it is a one-of-a-kind factory paint job. We'll talk about that more. But I'm going to restring it today. So we're going to take the strings off. We're going to clean up the fretboard, which doesn't seem dirty. You can't really tell, but it is. Because the maple is just a little sticky. So I'm going to put the Windex on it. It's got a very thick finish. It's never going to wear off, this particular finish. Anyway, we'll talk about that a lot more during the guitar segment. And then I'm just going to sit around and play guitar for a while. And that's going to be a stream, and similar to many, many other streams. How you guys doing on YouTube over there, by the way? All right, let's switch over to the game playing camera over here. Now you'll notice I brought up Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I went in a little earlier and adjusted my fleet of aircraft. Like I like to rotate certain planes in and out of existence. Well, in and out of the garage, because they can't all coexist. I can't have them all loaded at the same time. It would take about half an hour to load this program. But I have loaded some other planes that I haven't had in for a while. Okay, so we're going to take off from my local aeropuerto, which is here in Livermore. This is what we call home base here. I mean, I've never actually physically been there, but it's pretty close. All right, so let's look at what I have here, because I want to try to remember what I've added and subtracted. The A4 was there, but I think the F5 I put back in. I kind of want to try that. That's been in there. These are all been in there for a while. That's good. That's fine. I left the Curtis P40 in there. All right, the Tiger, I want to try it again because I tried it in 2024 and it seemed to work okay. But I haven't tried it in 2020 in a long time. So we might fly that Tiger. That's one possibility. Oh, there was an update, you know, one of those updates that they have for content updates for specific planes. And one was for my OB-10 Bronco, which I also love flying. This one here, the North American. It didn't really say there was something about startup sounds. But I figure every time there's an update, hey, it's an excuse to try out a really fun, interesting plane that we really like doing. And the other thing, of course, we can't. And since we're in 2020, we have the opportunity to do the Flying Pink school bus. I just want to see what else I got in here, because as I said, I just adjusted my plane load, as it were. Okay, I still got that in there. Nothing else really sticks out at me. I do want to try this real quickly. I want to try this and see if they fix an aerodynamic issue with this Tiger. this is an add-on plane, but it's always had some kind of weird issues. Let's do this NASA. And I'll typically rudder issues, and I'll show you what I mean. But I believe I remember how to cold start it. So let's try it out. Let's try cold starting. It could be fun. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, incredibly cold and sunny, clear day here in the Bay Area. So we might have great visibility. I'm hoping. The second flight will not be in California. But the Bay Area also always offers really nice vistas. We'll start kind of where I am. We'll fly over the East Bay Mountains. We'll check out Oakland, and we'll end up right in San Francisco where there's so much to see. Assuming we get off the ground at all, you know what I'm saying? But I think we will. We got plenty of Diet Coke. My pad is charged up. And I'm looking forward to doing a little exploring. Again, I have a feeling that this plane may still be scuffed in 2020. What was it? And by scuffed, I mean rudder issues. I'll show you when we get there. But this is 2020. In 2024, it worked. So I may be wrong, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's see. Okay, this is the plane here. It's it's one of the prettiest planes they make in the game. The Tiger is just such a shark-like and just efficient aerodynamic shape. The F5. Beautiful. This is the NASA used these as trainers. Also T-34s, but which is a very similar plane. This is the F5. 2 small engines, lots of stuff going on there. All right, let's get in here and see if we can warm up this guy. Again, this has those stupid views which block everything, which make it really hard to find all the little things here. All right, is this going to work here? Not necessarily. Is the throttle? Was this a throttle? Is the throttle working at all? Okay, that throttle works. This one. Let me check my controls here. You know what my controls are set at. Oh yeah, we don't want this. We want this to be my throttle. Okay. All right, and now we can control my little hand there with my little throttle on the left side. Perfect. All right, hopefully. Okay, fuel on. But we have to put the battery on, not smoke. The battery is like, oof, it's going to be really hard to find this stuff. Lighting, no. It's probably up here. Let's move this. Remove the chocolate flags. Okay. The battery I thought is around here. I was right. Okay, AC gens, turn those on. These are fine where they are. I think we can try an engine start. Let's see. Let's see if engine 1 will start starting up there on the left there. I hear something. Anyway, see the rudder there, how it works? I push the left button, it goes that way. So hey, we'll figure that out. I just want to see if these engines are going to start. Maybe not. I might not have turned something on here. Fuel cutoffs are on. Oh, it's all smoke. That's fine there. I guess probably we need the fuel pumps on, maybe. Probably. That's good. Oxygen normal. These are good, right? Is the other engine going to start up? Let's find out. Engine 1 started up, okay. Don't claim it. Don't tell me I don't know how to start an engine. All right, let's start up engine 2. We can see RPMs coming up on engine 2 as well, and temperatures. Those are that column. Those columns there. Very nice. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I might want to turn. Well, let's figure out. Okay. HUD brightness, right? HUD brightness should be full. Let's see. Okay, the chute is there. That's a landing gear. What is this, these switches here? I always forget. Nose wheel steering and parking brake. Oh, cool. Parking brake off. We'll need eventually. Throttle. And does this have like air brake? Okay, that has air brakes on it. Perfect. But I think I can activate air brakes from here like this, right? Yeah, they're on the bottom. Kind of hard to see there, I think. Yeah, those are the air brakes, those paddles there. And there they go up. Okay, so I can operate them from my throttle unit. All right, let's start. Let's fly around. I think this plane should. Let's find out if it works. I can't tell if I'm in the air. Oh, I haven't turned on my electrical system. One of these is calm. No, we don't need that much. Nav lights, formation lights. I don't want these on. Where's my radio though? Beacon lights. Yeah, we want those on. It's one of these. Isn't it? The communication system's over here, right? We don't need it, but what is it? It's gonna say radio. Cockpit, flight instrument. We'll find this. Look at it real closely. Master, right? Norm. Yeah, that's not the radio. I'm also looking at my little identifiers there. The gyro, anti-ice. That's all good. Communications antenna. All right, so here's the radio. I don't think we turned this on. I think we turned this on here. But which button? One of these buttons turns on the radio, I would think. Down here. This is a radio button down here. Alright, well that might be a mystery. What also these, potentially? This is missiles. I think that's smoke. Stores. There's some radio stuff over here. That's rudder trim. Chaff and flares. This is interesting stuff over here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to find the radio, I don't think. Well, it's not. It shouldn't necessarily be there. Okay, that's all on. Interesting. Yeah, I would think it'd be down here. What's this here? I don't know what I turned on. I don't think I turned the radio on. I did not. Cockpit, engine instruments. Just reading all this stuff. That's on. That's on. That's fine. It's all good. Enter. The generators are on, right? Okay, battery is on. What? By the way, we're going to get going, but I'm trying to figure out where the radio is. I wonder if we have a checklist that will tell us where the radio is. Let's just figure that one out. But yeah, let's see. Cockpit preparation. Navigation lights, no. Engine start. Avionics master. Did I not turn that on? Oh gosh, it's not going to show us where it is. Avionics master. Yeah, it's not going to show us where it is. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't show here anything except the avionics master, which does not show where it is. It's somewhere here. They're not going to show it. All right. Well, we don't need the radio, I guess. Yeah, see, we're still off. Huh. I've never run into this issue before, but I rarely fly this plane, which is the reason why I'm flying it today. So we're going to take off without any radio. I'm tired of looking for the radio button. It's one of these many buttons here, but there's no way of knowing. It's not near where the radio controls are, which are here. I don't see, or down here. There's all this stuff here, right? None of these is on off a radio. So it's probably a completely random, unusual location. And you'd have to look at actually look at the paper manual and figure it out. I'm not going to do that. But it seems to be flying. Okay, so when you're on the ground, the nose wheel steering is fine. And it turns fine. But when you're in the air, my feeling is, what the problem that I noticed previously with this plane is that the aerodynamic forces on the back of the plane are reverse of what they should be when you use the rudder. On the ground, the only issue is that the rudder is also turning the nose wheel. It's called nose wheel steering. All right, let's just get out of here. All right, flaps to half. But yeah, I wonder where that, someday after this stream, I will go back and spend 10 or 15 minutes looking at the manual and figure out where the radio on button is. All right, let's get out of here. I don't want to, we've been sitting here for what, 18 minutes? Let's get full afterburners there. Oh, it failed, and the engines failed. The engines have failed. What's that about? Something to, oh, I'm pushing the wrong button. There we go. I was using my buttons, not my throttle. I'm at Livermore, California, which is my home area. All right, now we have actual power. That was my bad. This is Livermore, California. And the A5 and the Tiger. That was fast. Oops, okay, no, that's power. That's power. Way less power. All right, it's flying. All right, it's flying around now. It's a beautiful day. I am in California. It's a beautiful day here. It's cold. It's like 45 degrees. It is literally this clear though, because it's so cold. There's no clouds. Oh, not able to figure out how to turn the radio on, but I'm fine. So this is kind of my home. This is my home field here. It's the closest airport to where I live and work. All right, so what do we got here? We have 32% fuel. Got control there. These don't do anything, right? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna test. I'm flying straight forward, and I'm gonna give myself full right rudder. And I expect that the plane's gonna go to the right, because when I pull the right rudder, that thing goes to the back, okay? And in fact, it does. All right, or, okay, let's see. If the issue is you want to have like right rudder like that. Yeah, it works. Yeah, well, there's people in our country that want to kick him out because they feel like he's an illegal alien, but he isn't. He's a citizen of the United States of America now. He's our problem. I would send him back, but you know, I don't think he wants to go. But yeah, he definitely took, when he left, let's just say, yeah, South Africa took a loss in a way. Well, I don't know, maybe it's better off. Okay, so I'm gonna fly over my house here. We're at low altitude. If this were a real situation, oh, here it is. This would be so loud you wouldn't be able to hear me right now. This little subdivision. My radio's not on. Right around there. I'm not going to say exactly which house it is, but if it were directly in the middle of the screen right now, that would be it. You're really not supposed to dox yourself. Whee! I like flying this plane. Also a maniac in it. Alright, let's go to San Francisco. What do you guys say? My plane's falling apart. Yeah, we'll be fine. A little more gas will be fine. He is South African. Yeah, we get that. But you know, it's America. He's about the most American right now in the world. Is the funny thing. All right, so if I want to go to San Francisco, we're gonna go up the old 580. No, that's not 580. whatever this freeway is here. And anyway, I live over there, right there. And I work about 2 blocks away. But okay, let's get some speed going. Let's get the afterburners going. Watch this. Light up the afterburners. It's not a great idea, but it's cool. I think this plane will go supersonic too. It's about to go supersonic. So yeah, you go up this freeway, the BART goes up here. You wouldn't normally go going this fast. That's what it looks like. But yeah, it's a beautiful day to be flying around the Bay Area because it is a very clear day. It was raining, it's probably gonna rain again, but we're kind of in between storms and it's very cold and clear. It's not very, it's a little too cold to be, even the sun is bright, it's still too cold to be outside. So Alameda and Oakland, or Alameda and Oakland Airport is kind of that way. So Oakland itself is this way. Actually, Oakland Airport's this way, sorry. Oakland Airport's our way. It's Hayward. Well, now that I think this plane is working again, I remember where the button is. Dang, it's right here, Avionics Master. Now, after all this time, it's that weird little place that doesn't look like a button. And this has happened to me before. I just turned on my radio, I'm so happy. It's weird how your brain thinks like that. I had a complete, by the way, it's got a little eerie. Avionics Master, it's currently off. I'm going to turn it on. But now I get the HUD and I get radio. Okay, it's all good. I feel better now. And it's just, look, that does not look, it's these little green, black, brown, gray things here. And there's a bunch of other controls there. That's also the autopilot controls. But it's not intuitive. Because, you know, you'd think a radio control that turns on the radio would be either here where the radio stuff is or here where the IFF and other communication stuff is. At least we got, I think all of our enunciators are pretty much off, right? I'm getting a new, I got exciting news. Exciting news, I ordered a new computer. Oh, oxygen. We should probably turn oxygen on. So some of this stuff, these kind of jerkiness with getting my new computer, it's gonna take a while. It's a custom build from CyberPC. So I got it all spec'd out what I wanted exactly. Let me turn this down a little bit here. It seemed a little loud the other day. Should be around there. Okay, so the airport's there. Jack London Square is down here, right here, that area there. This is Lake. This is Oakland. My friend lives over there. Piedmont is still there. It's just a great looking plane. But we're gonna check out San Francisco. We're not gonna stop here. It's just open. We're gonna fly low over the bridge because, you know, I keep thinking, you know, I keep telling you, someday the FAA is gonna knock on my door. They're gonna put me in handcuffs and haul me away. But till that day, I'm just gonna keep flying dangerously. Putting virtual people's lives at risk. I wonder if we could fly under the bridge. I know we can go to the Bay Bridge. There's Yerba Buena Island, which connects to Treasure Island. And this is the old bridge here. Pleasure crafts as we approach the city of San Francisco. Uh-oh, this could be bad. This is what the Blue Angels do. San Francisco Bank of America building, all the towers, Transamerica Tower, hills, House of Fine Arts, used to hang out there a lot. And of course we'll go into the Golden Gate Bridge. Actually, we'll come in as the Golden Gate Bridge. House of Fine Arts. It's a really cool place, actually. There's a theater there. There's actually a park in there. That's where they're building all this stuff to cover up the bridge there. And there's a fort there, fort whatever. And there's the bridge, and then the big beach is right here. And this is kind of the mission of the outer Richmond. Kind of fancy here. Oh yeah, look, there's that really cool museum. I went there not too long ago, so you can tour exhibit. And then this beach here, which it looks great, but it's always cold and foggy. And even in a day like today, it's really not. It's not going to be warm. Not a great beach. Not a great beach community. All right, let's go through the bridge here. All right, everyone, put your under the bridge suits on. That's what it looks like from here. Got to get nice and low. Hey, stop breathing, sir. You'll be fine. Gotta get nice and low. We're going under the bridge. Under the bridge. We're traveling at almost 400 knots. We should probably bring us down over there, in fact. Get that huff and puff going there. We're gonna go to the right of this LNG tanker here. Really not a big deal. It's kind of fun. Uh-oh. What was that? Hey, I was having a good time. You know, we're going to do a different plane. That was fun, though. You saw enough of San Francisco. I don't know. I think I was just getting a little overambitious there. Yeah, main menu. We're going to fly a second mission. That was fun, though. And I figured out finally where the on button is for the avionics. That's the important thing. Landing is not always the most important thing. All right, somewhere else entirely. Get out of this zone here. We don't have to fly here again. We can go back to Europe. You know, Europe is always amazing. Innsbruck. It's always fantastic. Kind of should be snowy. We're going to make it earlier in the day. And we're going to switch a different plane in. And what shall it be? I was going to say the OV-10 Bronco, but I don't know. I fly that plane a lot. Something that's a little less tempting to go wacky on. That was fun, though. I'm personally glad that there's consequences. And by the way, in 2024, it would just be like, oh, you crashed, and then it starts you at 5,000 feet at that current spot, which is fine. Let's fly something we don't get a chance to fly that much, the Spitfire. Because it is not available in 2024, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it's not. And we're going to cold start this one. This is also a challenge to cold start and fly around in. So that's what I enjoy doing, the challenge. I like the challenge of it. It's obviously a very old design. It's got a lot. You got to prime the... You got to pressurize the fuel system. You got to prime the engine. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, and then you got all sorts of things with this plane. Like you can easily over torque the plane. In other words, give it too much power and too much propeller during takeoff, and you'll just flip right over. Because the plane is so that produces so much torque, twisting torque, that tends to want to move your plane upside down effectively. So you don't want to take off with full power. You take off with partial power. It's plenty of power. It's a very powerful plane. In fact, the full power is only for times when you really need it for emergencies, effectively, because you'll burn the engine out. But hey, for a plane that might have military applications and you might need that power when you're fighting the enemy, that's how they did it. But yeah, this is interesting. The throttle is definitely for, for specific purposes. All right, let's take a look at this plane from the outside, see how she looks. This is one of the great ones that's got that shark, again, those shark teeth. It's the gray nurse, beautiful. It's actually kind of olive green and gray. Just a beautiful thing. We got these Swiss, Innsbruck, so it's a Swiss Austrian? Swiss or Austria, one of those. I think Innsbruck is Austria. We've flown out of here a few times. Gorgeous. All right, let's get started up. So let's see, we got to have, let's see, tank, fuel on. Can I just hide this so I can see my fuel? Thank you. Fuel on. Okay, we move the throttle to the full position and back, and that starts that starts the battery up. That goes to here because we're going to be priming the engine. Magnetos go to on. We can turn our radio on now, which is, by the way, is there. Garmin's coming on. Let's see. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, we want to turn our put our carb filter in. What else is here? Rudder is set to 0. Those switches are good. Let's see. Is our Garmin booting? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is use our wobble pump. Now, you see there's a little red light under where it says wobble fuel pump. You got to do this about 10 times. Well, that will pressurize the fuel system. And the red light will go out. About 10 times. 10, and the red light went out like I promised. Okay, then you're going to open your primer. It says under primed. So you're going to do this 1, 2, I think 3 times should prime us. 4 times. It depends on the temperature outside. Why does it say under primed? Primed. Okay. Now you open both of these. And let's see if we can start up. If I remembered correctly, it's not that easy. Oh yeah, I gotta actually modulate the this too, I think. Actually, I think we can start up here. Let's find out. Oh. I missed something. I gotta operate the wobble pump. Okay, primed. Okay, the magnetos are on. That's on. The throttle should be around here. I guess the prop should be up there. What else? Does this have to be on? Battery is on. Yeah, fuel is on. This could be tricky. Wobble pump. Is that plenty? Maybe I have to have this here. Why is it moving? The wheel brakes are on. Twisting for some reason. The brakes are on. Okay, well, at least I got the engine started. That's something. All right, throttle should be there. Okay, there's for that. That's always a little tricky, in my personal opinion, which is the way I'm in the adders. Okay, we gotta get this going here. Oh yeah, what is this? Exterior lights. I don't care. Flaps. We don't care about for takeoff. All right, we're looking good. We're looking good. In fact, we even have our radio on. So let's ask for clearance to take off. Straight out. I don't care. We're just gonna fly around a bit and land. You know how it is.
With like request taxi for takeoff departing straight out. Catch 9er taxi 2 and hold short of runway 08 using taxiway. Contact tower on 120.1 when ready.
Which way do you want us to go? This way? Go this way. What a beautiful place.
Runway 08 using taxiway KNSH 9er.
And you just got to be careful with the brakes because you can because you got so much weight at the front of you, you can easily go forward over onto your propeller easily. This is the easiest plane for that. One of the easiest like that. You can easily. I don't think it's realistic because you're not going to be jamming on the brakes like that full speed. It's hard to modulate them. Actually, I've got modulated the brakes. All right. Yeah. We're fine.
runway 08, KNSH 9er, 9er, 9er.
Oh, damn it. Dang it. I told you. I wasn't looking and I overbraked. All right, well, we're going to have to start on the runway. Man, that was bad. I am not playing well today, which is good because if you did well every day, you wouldn't have that triumph of actually getting the plane off the ground. We're going to warm start it in the same airport. Man, that is a really serious problem with this plane. It is, you're going like 3 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour, 3 to 5 miles an hour. I'm serious. You hit the brakes, the plane goes crunch. Well, then why would you do that? You know, why would you hit the brakes real softly? But no, because of the control system, you only get full brakes or no brakes. It's stupid, okay? So they should have compensated by making the brakes a lot less powerful. You know what I mean? They should have done a little non-stupidity, de-stupefying, but they didn't. So this plane is almost impossible to brake. Now, think about when you're landing and you want to brake. How do you do it? Well, you have to pull the stick all the way back while you're landing, which I also wasn't doing. So kind of my fault. You're supposed to pull the stick back while you're braking, okay? I didn't do it. All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, wheel brakes on. Now that I almost died again, man, but that's fine. We just restarted. Okay, I just want to check to see everything's good. Looks good here. I got way too much fuel because of that restart. We can fix that. This thing starts with a huge amount of fuel, which you don't need. We're going on a short tourist flight. All right. So again, what we're going to do is put the throttle up to about there, and then try to stay here. Hopefully we've got the right amount of trim so that we don't put the propeller into the ground. But that's the right amount of speed so that we can pull off real nice and gently. Where are my flaps there? Over the beautiful city of Innsbruck. We'll check out the ski jump. Yeah, okay, and that's where we took off from. Beautiful terrain around here. I think we were here like not that long ago, like maybe last month, like December. Like, yeah, 2 months ago. This is real familiar, but I like this area. I mean, it's just very evocative, real different in California. But yeah, we went on the Burgess Hill ski jump, and like I got off, we jumped down the ski jump. I guess that was a couple months ago. But it's a really huge ass ski jump. I mean, you can see it's gigantic. And big. It's also big, but it is gigantic. Really cool. I like it. Alright, let's try to smash. But Innsbruck, of course, famous as a winter sports mecca. But I didn't change the weather. I believe this is current weather. I changed the time of day. Let's just check, make sure. Live weather. I changed the time of day to be earlier in the day. It's obviously middle at like 11 p.m. there. A little bit. Mixture down. There. Yeah, I'm leaving your airspace. But yeah, that's the thing I really need to remember on this plane is that braking is dangerous, is fraught with unlikely chance of success. Innsbruck. Yeah, gorgeous. But as I say, 2024 looks even a little bit better. But we're going to fly 2024 again when they come out with the Sim Update 1 for 2024, which they've said is going to happen before the end of February. So I decided to not play 2024 again until that update. That way we'll come at it kind of fresh, and we'll try to see, you know, what do they fix? What's still broken? You know, we'll kind of be able to judge what kind of speed the improvement, because there's definitely some pretty major things that are an issue. Hopefully they'll fix whatever is going on in the sim that makes a bunch of the 2020 planes broken in 2024, like the AB Schnallis and a bunch of other planes that have problems, and the Flying Pink school bus. A bunch of planes have issues. This plane I don't think is available. But we'll stay nice and low. No reason to go high up there. Just flying out in the country around Innsbruck. I wonder who Pianoville is. Apparently Pianoville is a 787. I believe that's the code for 787. So that's another player. That's not an actual flight. That looks like they're landing in Innsbruck. And here's what it looks like from here. Little houses and towns. I wonder what's up ahead. Let's check it out. Learned a few things today. I gotta remember to get refamiliarize myself with planes. I was able to start this plane. It took 2 tries, but I didn't do anything too differently. But I gotta go on. Maybe it's a castle. Could be an airport. I think it's a castle over there. Let's check it out. The Spitfire is certainly an iconic plane from World War II. One of the 2 British planes, the Spitfire and the Hurricane, are single-engine fighter planes. And the Spitfire was probably better. By the way, what do these things do again? There's like little buttons here. Oh yeah, show tablet. Tablet there, which has some kind of fun stuff, including an autopilot if you want. But we don't. It's a really cool plane. Alright, but we are going to land. I'm pretty sure the only airport that we have to land in is the one we took off before. The clouds, the river, the snow, and Transburg Castle. Let's check it out. We'll fly over it. Some of these castles are ruins, and some of them are actual, rebuilt or working castles. I think this, I don't remember that. It might be a ruin. But wow, what a nice looking valley here. If I remember correctly. Here's what it looks like from here as we approach. Let's see it. So we're gonna. Okay, it's not rolling. Let's check it out. All right, everyone, get your magical parachutes on because we're about to eject from the aeroplano and take a peek at what we got. This castle here. Got a big tree in the yard. It's got your courtyard. It's a little. It's post medieval, Victorian. Big, but not, not gigantic, but definitely a nice size. We got some artwork up here, very nice. A lot of internal, like internal artwork in the courtyard. This actually looks really cool. And then that down there. I'm sure there's somewhere there's like a snack bar. All right, Trachberg Castle, and that's the view up and down the valley there. All right, we're going back where we land. All right, we're back in the plane. Use your magical parachutes to get your ass back in the plane. And do not smash. Alright, we're going to turn around here. That's where we're right there. Tratsburg. Oops. Heard the flies come out like that. Alright, we've got another 5 minutes. We're going to land back in Innsbruck. Same place we took off. Because there's not too many airports around here. And it's a nice big one. As I mentioned, because we're a tail dragger, and I mentioned it's also almost impossible to brake, you need a very long runway to stop, or you'll go off the end of the runway, and this is not going to be a good day for you. So you not only do you need a long runway, you need to put your ass down at the front of the long runway, and then very gently brake. You've got to kind of modulate the braking button. You can't just hold it down. It's kind of silly, but once you remember that that's the only way to get it done, it's possible to get it done. But yeah, I don't mind going up and down this valley a couple times because it's gorgeous. There's all sorts of trails, hiking, little hidden areas, probably waterfalls, lakes and stuff back up there. They can make plentiful areas. And in the summer, you can grow things. Yes. By the way, you guys, you visit the F5, or that before was at the F5. By the way, I just saw somebody typed comment in YouTube. I'm streaming to YouTube, but well, that was the F5, by the way. Somebody typed a comment to YouTube. Thank you, by the way, but they left because they typed, is that the F5? I didn't say anything, and they're like, I'm out of here, which is reasonable. But you know, I don't care. I'm not here for the chatters, especially on the weekend. Nobody comes on the weekends, which is good. Those are my favorite days to stream. It'd make me nervous if I had to like talk to people a lot. I just want to talk to myself. Thank you. Cheers. We're making good headway on the Diet Coke. But there will be a guitar stream, and we're going to do some guitar tech stuff and talk a lot about guitars. And it's going to be a very, very dull, unless you find that a fascinating subject. And maybe you do. But then we're going to change some strings. We're going to put a new set of strings on. We're going to tune it up. We're going to play the guitar. It's going to be a whole musical system here. But first, we got to get this bird on the ground safely, so we all survive the thing. We got 10 miles to go. Looks like the plane's holding together pretty well. Okay, so for landing, you are going to want your flaps. Let's figure out what is our approach here. We're about right. For landing, you want flaps on. Okay, in fact, we should start. Well, how far? We're 8 miles. Okay, 4.5 miles away. We'll start preparing for landing. And by that, I mean we'll start reducing our throttle. We're going to put some flaps down, put the gear down. Actually, we should be ready to land. Some versions of these planes, in some situations, you'd be expected to open the cockpit, which would help slow you down and offer you the ability to stick your head out the side of the plane, which is better visibility because of the nose. But we're not going to do that. All right, we're 6 miles away. Just a beautiful day for flying. Okay, reduce power a little bit. We're going to want to bring down our flaps. There's those things there. And gear. Gear has come down. You see it right here. And now we're going to carefully monitor our speed. So we don't go too slow. I want to stay right around here, I think. Where we at? 114, 113. It's right around there. landing closer to 85. But for approach, we want to stay over 100. This up anymore. Coming in low over Innsbruck here. In the valley here. A little bit more speed maybe. Nice and smooth. As I said, I'm coming in real low because I want to land right at the end of this runway here. So I'm going to be brushing trees here. Hopefully we will not hit any trees. I don't want to land at the far end of this runway. And we are quite low. I don't care. Alright, let's start reducing power even a little bit more. Don't want to bump the signs, but we want to get real nice and low here. I'm going to land right as kind of soon as I can here. Then we can just kind of slowly lose speed. No, we're going to bounce. We're a little hot. Going to stay down the middle here. Now, I'm not touching the brakes. Because if I did, I would immediately go right over the front. And now just slowly touching the brakes a little bit. Touch the brakes. Flaps up. Touch the brakes. Keep my rudder all the way back. Okay. Brakes, a little bit of brakes, just a little bit more. A little bit more brakes. Okay, a little bit more brakes. See, that's how you slow it down. Okay. But even here, you can easily put it right on the nose. That's not a bad landing. And we're back where we started. That was fun though. At least we got a successful landing and takeoff. The second try, hey, it doesn't always go perfectly. Alright, canopy up. Or open. There we go. Canopy. I gotta open the canopy. Get some airflow. You can see where they have the DLS system there. ILS. System. Lots of trees, lots of snow. We're gonna take a little picture here. I'm going too fast, which means it's gonna be almost impossible to stop without dying, but we won't care which way it is. Yeah, put your tail all the way back. And the rudder all the way back. Makes a big difference when you're trying to stop. To not go over onto your front. Alright, so an easy way to turn the engines off is just set your mixture to 0. And there it goes. And we can also turn off the magnetos. I didn't even smash up anything. Alright, that looks good. Alright, let me take a quick picture here. A little screenshot. It is a pre-plane. We got some sun effects here. On the gray nurse. I guess a nurse would be I'm thinking like a nurse was a person, but now that I look at this being a shark, the gray nurse is a nurse shark, not a nurse person, and that's why it's called the gray nurse. It's not a nurse person. But I just figured that out. It's a nurse shark. But of course, some people may not know that a nurse shark is a thing, but I do. All right. So that's going to be it for the flying around until tomorrow because I had such a good time. There'll be more flying around in a different plane and it's going to be interesting or not. So give me a couple minutes. I'm going to do my little mid-roll here. And when we do, we'll be changed to the music category. And I'm going to be talking about guitar, a specific guitar, talking about history of the guitar, why, you know, the design, how it got designed, who designed it. Then we're going to play the guitar. It's going to be fun. All right, we'll go to that. So yeah, I'm gonna be in the music category now. I don't have this plugged in. This is gonna be the guitar we're gonna mess with. My swirl Telecaster, my Telecaster in the swirl finish. I'm gonna talk about it, but what I want to do is sit on the floor over here. So we're gonna switch to my instrument cam. What I call the instrument cam. There's a foot, so that you can kind of see what's going on as I do my tech stuff and talk about this guitar. I bought this guitar in 2013. At the same time, I also bought the Stratocaster, which is also a swirl Stratocaster, but doesn't look anything like this. But I bought them from, I think, Sweetwater Online, where they showed a lot of photos. By the way, I gotta fix that. Anyway, we're going to take the strings off and clean it up. We got a towel. Where's my towel? One microfiber towel. We got some Windex. Clean up the body. It's really not, this doesn't really show a lot of fingerprints, but we'll clean up this area here. The fretboard is really where it gets a lot of finger oils and stuff like that. Okay, I want to bring my Diet Coke over here. Diet Coke. But more importantly, I put my iPad open. And when I put my iPad open, that way I can have my own stream in my line of vision. And should ever anyone decide to talk, or I can figure out what my, I can basically get my, my image. Hold on a second here. Let me just look at my own music there. All right, perfect. See, now I got my iPad and the field of view. I can adjust this camera here. Oh, I got to turn this down or you get an echo. No echo, please. All right, so there's this guitar. Oh, I need my pillow to support the neck. What is a Telecaster? What is the Fender Telecaster? What's special about it, you ask? Well, beyond I mean, it's a great guitar. It's a special guitar. It's one of the first, really the first mass-produced solid-body electric guitar. This guitar was designed in the early 1950s by a fellow named Leo Fender, who was a very interesting person, but he was not a musician, and he really didn't see himself designing musical instruments as a living. You might ask, well, what did he want to do for a living? He wanted to sell tube amps. He wanted to sell specialty tube amps that he had designed and built himself, or modified. He had a business where he would fix tube amps that were broken. Tube amps were a big thing back in the 40s and 50s and the 30s. They were used for public address systems. Obviously, you know, people would have an outdoor area. They'd have a tube amp. They'd have a speaker, and they'd plug a gramophone into it. Or they'd use it for speaking, so somebody would talk. So for those purposes, you wanted the two amplifiers to be as pristine with the signal and just amplify the signal and make it sound as perfect as possible. Which way is my little thing here? This way. Okay. This way. And so everybody was attempting to build tube amplifiers that sounded completely clean, perfectly, had zero distortion, and that's the only kind of, you know, and that was the mecca of design, because that's what, you know, obviously what they were used for, but right around that time, people were amplifying musical instruments, and finding out that when you amplified a music instrument enough, and it was a hollow instrument like a guitar that had a pickup. Shit, something bad happened to my stream. Am I still streaming? I'm not. Oops. Sorry. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Am I? Just checking to see if I lost some frames. No, I guess I am. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. So anyway, he had this business of modifying and fixing tube amps and building his own tube amp. Well, not originally building his own. But he had some musician friends had these jazz-based electric guitars, or they were the electric guitars at the time were acoustic guitars, because nobody thought, well, you should have the idea of an electric-only instrument was pretty crazy in the 30s and 40s. You had guitars that had, you know, they were acoustic. You didn't have to plug them in or anything. Why would you want to? There was no, you know. But they're coming around to the idea of having an electric guitar that had pickups built in. Like, it was kind of a dual. Yeah, they were what I'll call a hybrid nowadays, but it was an acoustic guitar that they'd add a pickup to, and then they'd have to add the wiring inside there to, you know, to send it to an amplifier. But that was where the issue was. Okay, well now, what kind of, you know, you want to get that extra crunch. They wanted to distort. They wanted to do things that the typical tube amplifiers of the day were not able to do, because they were not designed to do it. And that's where Leo Fender came in, and his electronic expertise. He was able to modify amplifiers to effectively add a gain control, which is very common, in addition to a volume control. In other words, you could use the gain control to easily overdrive the amplifier, something that, again, the amplifiers of the day were specifically did not allow you to do, because then you know, they wouldn't sound good. But they discovered that running a guitar through it did sound good, because you got this cool warm distortion that could also be very controllable to a very high level of distortion. That in the late 40s and 50s, that was really a kind of musical tone that people had never heard before. It was quite radical and didn't like initially, by the way. But Leo Fender, and so it wasn't very popular. Leo Fender was having trouble selling, making money with his business of fixing and modifying and selling tube amplifiers from his little shop in Corona, California. And there just wasn't that much demand for these amplifiers that had been modified specifically to be used as musical amplifiers, musical instrument amplifiers, specifically guitar amplifiers. And so he came up with the grand idea: well, if I'm not selling enough guitar amps, maybe if I sold guitars, people would have to buy more amps. So he said, well, kind of a brilliant idea. I want to sell more tube amps, but there's not enough people buying guitars. But hey, everyone who buys a guitar might need to buy one of my amps. And he had like a patent on these amps, I think. So he designed initially a very similar guitar to this called the Esquire, but very similar. The only thing different about an Esquire is it didn't have this pickup. It only had one pickup, only had this style pickup. Obviously, there's a lot of detail differences, but the body shape was the same, and this kind of the shape was the same. You only had, I think it had two knobs there. We've got to get, while we have this off, we're going to do a lot of that there. Make sure the body area is nice and clean where we can't normally get to it. Okay, and then we're going to work on the fretboard a little bit. Let's do the back real quick. It's got an incredible swirling effect on the back. These bodies are produced, just the bodies are independently produced from the neck, and I'll talk about that a little bit. And then so the body is separate, and then they dunk it in a tank with oil paints floating on the top, and they withdraw it, and the oil paints adhere to the wood, to the primer. The primer is just basically a very light colored. So wherever it's super light colored, that's primer. It's just I don't know. It makes for a one-of-a-kind guitar. So he said, now at the time, the way guitars were constructed were like by a luthier one at a time, by somebody who's trained in for years and apprenticed in creating musical instruments. Which is kind of some guitars are produced that way too, but Leo Fender said, well, I want to produce guitars cheaply so that I can sell a lot of amps. Can I apply the principles that Henry Ford came to the production of electric car, or the combustion car, the regular car, the Model T Ford, which he had done many years before, to the production of a guitar. And it was a really weird idea that nobody for some reason had thought of, that you could actually use kind of the assembly line concept to produce guitars a lot cheaper than if you effectively put a luthier and have him make one guitar, and then he moves on to the next guitar, and then he moves on and makes another guitar, and you just apply you have an army of these trained luthiers. So what he did was he broke he broke this design. He broke this design into three completely separately producible pieces. The body is one. You imagine the body, but not with this piece here, and not with the neck attached to it, which is a bolt-on neck, which was unusual, but I don't think he invented it, but that was not normal for guitars at the time. The neck is one piece, the body is one piece, and then this electrical system, in other words, this piece, and this bridge would all be produced separately by separate groups. One group would be producing necks at a breakneck speed. The other group would be producing bodies at a break body speed. And then finally, you got people producing electronics at a break electronic speed, and just piling up, and they test them. And then you have a fourth group of people who'd assemble a body, a neck, and an electronics package and into a guitar and do the alignment necessary to produce a guitar. So 4 groups of people, but each group of people doesn't have to build an entire guitar. One group of people only knows now how to build necks. One group of people only knows how to make bodies, and completely finished bodies with all sorts of different, whatever patterns you want on them. And the other group is electronics, and they know how to solder and cut wires and put these little things, these little pieces of mechanical gear together. Not very complicated. So we had 3 groups of people producing it, plus the one group of people who would take this, and bolt it all together to make a guitar. And he basically made the first assembly line for guitars. And so he was able to produce these guitars and sell them for about $100 each. At the time, it was which was a lot of money, but it was much cheaper than a Gibson. The Gibsons was making electric, had the actual, did also have solid body guitars, and other people did. They were more expensive. The Gibson Les Paul is a much more expensive design to produce. There's just no way to produce it cheaply as it is. It wasn't designed to be mass produced. People didn't think you needed to mass produce a musical instrument, and thought the whole idea of mass producing a musical instrument was wrong. But Leo's like, fuck it, no, let's bring the cost of the instruments down. People will buy electric guitars. They're going to buy an amp too, because they want to crank that thing. And it took a while. It took a number of decades really for him to get real success with this idea. It was not an instant success. I still feel some stickiness here. I want to make sure I get any little sticky oils off here before I put the strings on. Oh, it's easy. It's shining up nice though. It does look pretty good. It's just lovely guitar. Okay, so the strings I like to put on are Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. They're 9s. I usually put 10s on all my guitars, except for my Fender guitars, which I put 9s on, except for my Stratocaster, which I converted to a David Gilmour style, which has 10.5. But that's fine. I'm going to keep these at 9. So I got 42, 32, 24. Then we get your 16, 11, and this should be 9. Perfect. All right, start with 42. And wind that up. Now, of course, this guitar I have modified it in a couple of ways from how I bought it. Again, this is not a vintage guitar. That was made in the 50s. It was made in 2013. This was also made in the Mexico factory, but that's not an issue. But anyway, the point is, it originally came with a lipstick pickup up here, which I did not like at all. I don't know if you can see that right here. So I actually took off the whole pick guard and put a humbucker in there. Not an expensive one, but it's a huge improvement. And the other thing I did was add these drop-in Fender replacement locking tuners, which is they're only like $45, and it's a really easy. You just kind of take out the old ones and put the new ones in, and then you have these locking mechanisms here at the neck. Let me see it. So do this. These locking mechanisms here on the back of the neck that make it super easy here to string up things and make it how. Again, I'm very anal about not having anything sticking out that's sharp. One second here. So I cut it about here. We really don't need a lot of string because it's going to get reefed down on. Put that there. Reef down on it so it's not going to go anywhere with our locking mechanism. And then we turn it to our tightness. All right, that's one down. We'll do a little more later. Number 2. Looms through the back into the front. It's a very, I really like this mechanism too. It's also very, very old and traditional, effectively, but they don't use it on too many other models. The Stratocaster doesn't have this little setup here. Okay. Pull this through. Let's make this go like this here. Okay, pull that tight and then cut it fairly brutally short. We're going to use our cutter here. Trim that. This goes down to here. And we tighten the locking mechanism. And ready to do a little bit of winding here. That one winds in like that. There we go. All right, ready for the next one. Do the back. Yeah, we're going to be doing guitar tech streams for a while because I want to kind of restring all my guitars. It's kind of that time of year. Okay, here's number 3. Eventually it's going to go into the little string tree here. It's not an issue yet. Number there. Goes like that. Perfecto. String trimmer. Trim that about right here. That goes into tighten our little locking mechanism on the bottom, and then we can just do this super easy. I do like the locking tuners, so make this such a quick, easy, and pain-free, and it just always works. But it's not a challenge once you know how to do it. Perfecto. Halfway down, and then it'll be good for another at least a year. For these strings, as you changed them out. Number 4. There. Goes around here. Make that nice and tight. Beautiful. I'm gonna trim that one right here. Oh, messed up the trim, please. Okay, back that off to there. Tighten it from the bottom. Doesn't have to be super tight, but tight enough. Let me do it the right way, so we don't look like a weirdo. It's nice and tight here. Boy, these string winders really save a lot of wrist. I'll make sure everything's going over the saddle. There it is. Next string. Number 5 out of 6. Okay, we're gonna run this one through number 5. Right there. Pops through here. Pull it nice and tight. Number 5. So we're gonna turn this way a few turns. There. Pull that tight, goes under there. Pull it tight, get ready to cut your string. Cut the string right here. Man, figured out I was gonna do that. Not a problem. Put it back in. And just back it out until it's there. And tighten our little thingy down. Locking tuners are great. Okay, it's locked in. Okay, this goes under here. Windy, 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 windy. Windy, 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 windy. Last string, yay! So far, so good. This is the most delicate one. So you do kind of want to be the most careful with this one. Okay, goes in here. Comes out here. This one could be a little tricky to get to go in threaded. Do this right. It's going to take a while. Very good. Got it. Didn't take too long. Make that nice and tight. Okay, very nice. And our final string of the day. Okay, what I want to do is to open that up. Put it through. nice and tight. Comes in over here. Do this a little bit here. And we'll cut this here. What about right here? Goes there. Put the string back and tighten it up. There, tighten it up. Up there. That's good. Very good. Alrighty, we'll be ready to start tuning it up and play a little guitar soon. I'm excited. Alrighty. Starting to look like a guitar again. With 6 and strings and everything. Yay. I'll put some glasses on. Now some Diet Coke. Are you chatting at me? No. Thank God. Thank the chat gods. Diet Coke from the top. It's getting pretty tan. Alright, let's do an initial tune-up. It's going to take a good 20-30 minutes to these strings to settle in. But that's why we're going to play them. All right, but you know, we'll play them in. You know, it just means we have to tune a lot. Let's start our initial tune. Okay, first we're going to go to E. E. Make sure these are locked. A. B. D. D. G. There's B. And your final E. Alrighty. It's looking good. All right. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to kind of stress. I'm going to move back over to my, or a minute. I'm going to move over to my other position here off the floor. This is going to take a minute to reset things here. What's going on here? I'm going to put this like that. Okay. I want to take these and put them someplace where I can. Throw away all the old pieces in an efficient manner. You're going to go right back. Goes there. This goes here. Give you one more minute. Gonna move this around here. This goes here. Give me a second. Move this as well. See if we can do this. There. Oh, Kitty wants to come out and say hi. Very good. Here. Oh, that's IMO? Oh, nice out. Fucked up. Everything's fucked up. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this to here. We're gonna plug my amp into the sound system. I'm gonna put my headphones on. See how that goes. And technically, we'll be around on the normal, right trigger normal. What? Yeah, fine. Okay. You know what? Put this on first. Jeez. What's going on here? Alright, very nice. Very nice. Then the headphones go on. Oh, no, then it's still on. It's just a whole operation. It's a whole crazy operation. And we're going to retune it again, obviously. If I don't do it in the right operation, the wires are going to go crazy. I'm going to switch this over here. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Now I can hear myself. I got just my chair again. Give me a second. Oh, everything's fucked up. Alrighty. Well, we're just going to have to go with it. Alrighty. Sounds terrible because it's not tuned up. But I got my tuner on it, so we can tune it. Alright. So we got a little, just tension the strings and I'll show you what we're doing. Got a really smooth sound, the Telecaster. I really just like, basically we're just using this pickup. And this is the humbucker, but I don't lose it. It's very dark. But this pickup here is just a really nicely done design. Anyway, since the Telecaster was one of the first inexpensive electric body guitars you could buy, solid body electric guitars you could buy, they did sell a lot, and then it led on to even more successful models like the Stratocaster, which had a lot of other innovations. But the funny thing is that Leo Fender was never a musician, never played the guitar, had a bunch of people around him that he hired and were musicians, and he had advisors that were well-known musicians of the day that you know, he kind of used the artist program to make the instruments better. He'd ask them, you know, he'd have them give them custom instruments. So, does he like this more? But he was just a product designer, not a musician. He did a great job. Let's stretch the strings out. All right. Retune. Something happened there. All right, we're almost ready to actually try to play a song. Brand new strings. All right. got great sustain too. Tune. Close enough. Government work. Must be a scheme. I was thinking in. Must be for real. Now I can feel. I didn't mind. It's not my kind. It's not my time to wonder why everything goes white and everything is gray. Well, now you're here and now you're away. Don't know this. Remember that. I'll never forget you where you're at. Don't let the days roll by. Glycerine, glycerine. Never do more alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? You live in a wheel where everyone steals. But when we rise, it's like strawberry field. If I treated you bad, you bruised my face. Couldn't love you anymore, you got a beautiful taste. Don't let the days roll by. 'Cause it's easier on you. I could've changed, oh I wanted to. I should have been easier by 3. Our old friends Fear and you and me. Glycerine. Never need more. Never need wanted us less. Could not taste just regress. It might just be simple and plain. Well, that's just fine, that's just one of my names. Don't let the days roll by. Hey, I shut my eyes on you, you. Glycerine, glycerine. Yeah, the strings start to sound good. They're not quite tuned in. All right. Yeah, we're gonna do another song I like to do from Portugal the Man. Really cool song, I think. It's called Modern Jesus. It goes like this. I don't like where I put my capo. Come on and take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down, but don't pray for us. We don't need no minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, yet they burn out. But when they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. And when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gate, but don't pray for us. We don't need no minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least that's what we assume, but we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing that you can't use. Just don't pray for us. We don't need no minor Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. Definitely retuning. A few more times. It's got new strings. All right, let's do a little REM songs or something like that, perhaps. Give me a second here to set this up. Do a little karaoke, my patented karaoke guitar and singing. I don't know, it's not patented. But I think I'm one of the few people who does it. Just relax your crank there. Very good, we go there. We're going to do a little Man on the Moon. Alright, here, we're going to go to here. We're going to put this up to about here. And the game of life. Andy Kaufman in the wrestling match. Number 21, checkers and chess. Mr. Fred Blassie in a breakfast mess. Let's play Twister, let's play Risks. See you in heaven if you make the list. And if you hear about this one, tell me his sleeve. Well, nothing is cool. Moses went walking with a staff of wood. Putin got beaten by the apple good. Egypt was troubled by the horrible ass. Mr. Charles Darwin had the gall to ask. Now, Annie, did you hear about this one? Tell me, are you locked in the punch? Annie, are you goofing on Elvis? Hey, baby, are you having fun? If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up his sleeve, or nothing is cool. Here's a little magic for the never believer. Here's a little ghost for the offering. Here's a truck stop instead of St. Peter's. Mr. Andy Kaufman's got whistling. Annie, did you hear about this one? Tell me, are you locked in the punch? Annie, are you goofing on Elvis? Hey, baby, how is he touch? If you believe they put the man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's a thing up his sleeve, well, I think it's cool. Hey, we'll do a couple more karaoke songs, but I got to tune this baby. We'll definitely do this one here. But I got to tune it. Just new strings. Need a lot of tuning. Brand new strings. Cable 3. Let's try it. No. Did I say cable 3? I meant cable 2. I don't really like this cable. It gets the job done. Not always, though. That'll have to do. Never try to make I'm gonna do. Keep holding it. I love you. All right, let's do not this one. But we're gonna do some karaoke. It's expensive on the retreat. We'll do here. This one here. Oops. Dang it. All right, go back. This one. All right. Wrong key. Hold on. Let's just do the right one. It's a different one. It's in a different key. They did do it in a couple of keys, but this is the one I like to do. It's a different key. You'll see. Wait, I do have to retune once again. You have to retune that cape on 1 second here. Perfecto. All right, let's do another song here. Let's keep going just how I like it. I like these 6 months. Goes again, racing through my brain, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes again, pulsing through my veins. I'll do a couple more of these. Why not? I really do like them. Still fully tuned up. Sometimes fear the fear of uncertainty, staying clear help but ask myself how much I let the fear hit the wheel and steer. Driven me before, seems to have a vague haunting mass appeal. Lately, I'm getting the thought that I should be the one behind the wheel. Every time I hit the brakes, I'll be there. Open arms and open eyes, yeah. Every time I hit the brakes, I'll be there. I'll be there. So if I decide to wait on my chance to be one of a hive, will I choose a water over wine? I hold my own in time. Oh, 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 oh. Chilling me before seems to be the way. Everyone else gets wrong. Lately, I'm getting to find out that when I drive myself, my light is found. Every time I road breaks, I'll be there. With open arms and open eyes, yeah. Every time I road breaks, I'll be there. I'll be there. Would you choose water over wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Every time I breaks, I'll be there. With open arms and open eyes, yeah. Every time I breaks, I'll be there. And I'll be there. I want to do one more REM song, but not that one. Hold on, we'll tune in here. Losing My Religion, which for some reason I haven't done in like a week or two. Shit, I can't remember which one we like. We'll figure it out. Bigger than you are not me. Names that I will go to, distant in your eyes. Oh no, I said too much. Set it up. Consider this that's been the spotlight, losing my religion. Gotta reverse. Trying to keep up with you, and don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. Haven't said enough. Thought that I heard you. right. Do I have one more in me? Maybe. Let's just check the tuning. Seems loud. It's fine. Capo 2 for the song. The last song, thank God. Tomorrow will be more streaming and very similar. But it'll be piano day tomorrow. I think tomorrow we'll be playing from the fake book, not from my regular, it's just different songs, but you know, same idea. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Don't you know? Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Not you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I like to say to you, but I don't know how. Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Today is gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're about to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Not you now. And all the roads that lead you there were winding, and all the lights that light the way were blinding. There are many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. I think maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. But maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. But maybe gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. Thus, a web stream, as we like to call it, one of my patented streams. They're not patented. What was I getting it? Wrong one. Oh, there we go. Stop. Oh, all right, put that there. Put this here. Put this over here for now. Put this down here. That goes here. Plug this later. Very good. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. My camera back to position here. Let's see. Here we go here. Whee! It's actually not moving. It's just virtual pan and tilt feature. So today's stream was entirely ordinarily, not too bad, not too great. I like to hit that mediocre level. I like to, and not exceed it. So I think we hit mediocre. There was a bunch of issues with me not flying correctly. But in my defense, there's some planes I hadn't taken out in a while. But I did crash. I flew into the Golden Gate Bridge, right, and I thought I'd do a barrel roll right as I was coming out. And I think I broke something because then I couldn't unbarrel roll. I must have broke something. That happens. The plane will be fine next time I take it out. I'll have the mechanics work on it. And then we played guitar for a while. The guitar seems fine. I didn't mess up anything in the restring, but too badly. But what's going to happen now is I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to roll them outro. But do remember that Sunday and Monday are both stream days, and I like to start right around 11:30 a.m. Sorry, Pacific Standard Time. Here's the last of the Diet Coke, and so yeah, more flying around for sure. 2020, and then I'll bring one of my fake books out, and we're going to play to the fake book. So not songs that I have memorized, but songs that I have to read kind of music to, but the fake book music too. All right, that's going to be it. See you guys next time. Thanks again. Bye.